Page 215 shows you how you can cast an attack.
Because I got some ranks that will help me out with adding fire to my attack spells too, which without adding anything.
Yeah, and you can see on there where you get that fire modifier to your attacks.
I have the attack against burn quality. All right.
It's funny how we've just started session 0 and it sounds like people character.
Ooh, you've gotten so quiet.
Can you hear me now?
That is substantially
Hello.
It helps when you move the microphone to your actual mouth that it can be heard. As I realized, oh wow, it's all the way up at my temple right now. Maybe I should adjust that.
Oh yeah, one last question. Do I have to buy a staff as a wizard, or do I already get one to use magic?
So are you talking, so I just stepped into the room just now. So session 0, we need to make some discussions about characters, because I know you all didn't all make characters and bring them to the table for session 0.
Of course. Ideas.
Because I know at least 3 of y'all got some ideas here in the Wild Wild West.
Yes.
Oh, look, you guys are already in the room.
What are some of the ideas that we have here? Because I have a few, but I'm happy to plug in whatever the party needs.
I created a Hexslinger, like a gunfighter, but with some arcane.
What is her? I'm sorry. What is their like primary attribute to get an idea of what they do?
Sling bullets. No.
Well, like, are they primarily like a dex character? So do they do mostly like gunslinging and jumping, or are they like an int heavy one, so they're more of a caster?
Sorry, I was on mute. Yeah, it's a. I'm trying to find my, because we created the first part of it, but I have no idea where I put it. But the last time it's like, okay, well, I'll just create my character since.
I do believe you're looking for the Genesys character creator page. Is that what you're looking for?
That's right. Trying to.
That's right. We got some old-timey Western music going there.
Yeah.
As I just realized, I'm like, why is my character not in? Why is Kelly's character popping out? Oh, because I picked pop out.
Yes. Okay. Okay, where's the friggin' link?
I have almost every link open right now.
I was going to say, which link are you looking for?
Was it the Emporium? Was it?
Yeah, it's the Emporium.
Here we go. Yeah. Okay. So she's high in brawn, agility, and intellect.
Okay.
And everybody's got the link to the Genesys Emporium, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, you asked, do you have an idea of what job she would have in the town?
She is a gunsmith merchant and a merchant.
Ooh, okay, sweet.
After her family were killed by undead, she wound up being apprenticed to a gunsmith. But her guns have a bit of extra kick if you want a special order.
Nice.
Heck yeah, power.
Vicente, you said you had what's your guy again?
Oh, a trickster, which is a species wizard. It was 2-2-2-3-1-2. So 2 brawn, 2 agility, 2 intellect, 3 cunning, 1 willpower, 2 presence. And his name is Jim, because I want to make sure like I can get an idea of what he looks like, get an idea,
Does he look like?
and
our
he
dungeon-
is. Wait, what's up? What's up,
Does he
Eric?
look like our dungeon master?
Yes, but white hair.
What?
But white hair
Ah,
and more
gotcha.
cranky.
I'm like, do I need to send you my Wawa WestCon Western look there?
Perfect.
And it's so
He's
funny.
married
The
to
reason
me.
that
His
name
hair is going white.
The minute I married her, it went white.
Stress.
I ain't
Marriage
denying
life. No, and it's funny. My friend told me.
I did warn
I asked him what should his name be, and then he just said Jim. I'm like, all right, bet. So it was Fate from the Gods.
What do you have an idea of what
Oh.
he would do in town?
Yeah, so I made him a merchant, a crazy old merchant, and he does healing.
Okay.
So like
So
snake oil
apothecary,
salesman?
maybe.
Yep.
Snake
So
oil salesman, yeah.
yep, I have a career in alchemy, so I could also probably make potions, or healing potions.
Ooh.
Yeah, healing potions. Something basic. And I did get wheel and deal, so that way I get an additional 10% to my money.
That totally
legal
makes me
goods.
think snake oil salesman.
Yeah. Like I said, crazy old man. Doesn't mean like he's not great at selling though.
I mean, the best snake
And he
oil
also
salesmen
goes,
are crazy.
What else? Yeah, so big healer and really good at foraging stuff because yeah, he's basically the support. I made him like able to find food, water if we ever have to be out in the horrible desert. Be able to heal you guys too. That's basically it with my character.
Nice. David, do you have an idea of who you would like to play?
I do. I'm a drifter from a far off land.
Ooh.
So my character is a Shaolin monk, warrior monk.
Ooh.
Excellent.
So he will be obviously mostly physical and up close for most of the stuff. So, but he does
Good. Up close and ranged.
Yep. So
Yes.
he does come from. He was sent to the lands of the West by his temple because of he had divine inklings, and so they've sent him over to the West because of word of strange happenings and creatures in the land. So he's drifted into town, does not have any career at this time in the land or in the town.
So he's the outsider, huh?
Yeah.
Do we have to invite Scott?
It's the normal Skype, so he should be part of it.
I'm liking this moody Western music.
I do too.
I know at first mine was showing the call-in session, but I didn't get the join button for a few minutes, and then all of a sudden it popped up. So maybe he's experiencing that.
Could be.
It's been a strange day.
Yeah.
Like at work, it's like, okay, today's the 4th Monday.
It's madness. Doesn't help with the whole holidays and short weeks and all the different craziness going on.
Right.
I'm just glad I got out when I got out of work. Because there could have been more work involved in the day. Okay, so we got Kelly, who's playing a hex-slinging gunsmith / merchant. We know who the local general store probably hires to sell guns. We got Vincent playing a trickster wizard, crazy old cranky snake oil salesman.
Dang right.
And then David playing a drifter Shaolin monk. So is there anything special about your monk, by the way? It sounds like we have two arcana users here. Is there anything special skill that you're using?
3.
At this point, he hasn't really manifested any major magic or anything. So, that will. But it is divine that I've selected towards that. I
Okay.
have to relook at that, but it is divine magic.
That's what I was totally hinting at, was if there's any magic that you
Sorry.
have access to. It's okay. You
Yeah.
got me.
I am trained in divine, yes.
I've got Arcana and Primal.
Oh, we got
So-
Arcana.
So, Scott, what are you going for?
I am going for a Native American drifter.
So we got 2 drifters.
This is turning into a Call of Cthulhu game.
And I take it if you...
Although actually I'm more of a what would it be? My archetype is Lore Master. So I'm more of kind of a combination between a druid and a bard.
Okay, so you're a shaman lore master.
Yeah,
You're gonna
a druid.
You're gonna show up and teach these Washishus what the hell they're doing wrong out there.
Oh no. No, not at all. They don't learn.
Which one of these white men went out there and broke the wrong seal on the wrong cave out there?
They do not learn. I was actually raised in an Indian school. They do not learn.
Well, I was gonna say, I also added shapeshifter to my character too, so he goes crazy when he's about to die.
So, what does he do when he shapeshifts? Is the question.
So the best image I could give is basically Dark Souls when you fight Gale, where he kind of goes into like a power-up rage. He's like,
As the horse whinnies.
yeah. So you kind of, and he gets like buff. If like he's able to change his appearance, then yeah, he's gonna go from a scrawny guy to buff.
Oh
What's
god,
his name from?
we have another
Seven of the
Jekyll
Deadly
Hyde.
Sins?
So,
Sorry, what did you say? Somebody from who? From where?
Pride from Seven Deadly Sins, the anime.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's exactly that too, Jekyll and Hyde. Yeah, but mine's gonna be a wizard though, so it's better.
How can this go wrong? I mean, you have a crazy alchemist who shapeshifts. That can't go wrong, can it?
actually, what I picture is the what the hell's the character's name? Shit, the guy testifying against Captain Stern in Heavy Metal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Little scrawny, big ears, and also.
Then he
Yeah.
roots out.
Oh, gold.
Oh,
I like that idea more.
Hanover Fist.
Oh, hand over fist.
Yeah.
And I hope you guys are putting some into writing if you ever want to write a horse.
If y'all don't
whatever.
want me to
Yeah.
push you off a horse and kill you, you may want to put a point
you
or
will
two
die
into it.
easily.
That's what carriages are for, right?
I need
what
me a
the-
buggy.
That's what the feet are for.
All right. What talent is it called?
It's just a skill called writing.
Oh. Yep. Easy and peasy, lemon squeezy.
Inception. It's like multiple tracks.
Oh yeah, that's the guy.
Yeah.
Till he goes totally
But-
Bane.
Yeah, then it's that.
Oh.
I like it. What show? And it was called what show?
The movie Heavy
That-
Metal.
Heavy Metal. It was
Oh.
like the first rated R movie way back in the day. Way back in the day.
I remember.
So many good lines in that movie.
Oh, it's an if you have never seen Heavy Metal, it's
And John
awesome.
Candy does the voice of one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
think.
forget which one.
Yeah.
The soundtrack is phenomenal.
It's all rock. It's you
Yeah.
know.
It inspired the magazine and TV show
Yep.
series Heavy Metal. I mean,
Well,
Yeah.
no, the magazine was out before.
mhm.
And then this is only one story plot out of multiples that it kind of follows through on this little stone.
Yeah. One item is the center of all these vignettes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really good if you've never seen it.
Is it actually available to see someplace?
I know it's on
Uh,
YouTube.
Oh yeah, because the last I heard, they only got the music rights for the movie, and they couldn't even rebroadcast it because it has so much stolen music in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bootlegging going on there.
There's sex, there's drugs, there's nudity. It's
Oh,
it's
and
great.
there's rock and roll.
Yeah.
And rock
Sex,
and roll.
drugs, and rock and roll. It's got it all.
I was a
My type of movie.
teen when it came out in the theater, and my older brother, tried to take me to see it, and they would not let him bring me in because he was not a legal guardian to
Wow.
see such an R-rated movie. Yes.
Oh, it is definitely R-rated.
Yeah, it's a hard R.
Yeah.
They pushed the envelope as much as they could artistically.
Oh, it's so amazing.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of my favorite classical old movies.
And did you all notice, as I'm about to ask Eric about his character, the little survey I shot you on Facebook and or texted Kelly?
Yeah.
I sent mine back.
Yep, you sent
Do we-
each
do
one
we
back
send
as
it-
its own
do we send
text.
it to you or?
Whichever you feel comfortable with. If you want it to be secret, you can totally send it straight to me on Facebook or email or whatever.
I just replied in the text, so
I'm like, man, this thing's huge. Yeah. You'll get it in a minute.
So that's a good point to say. So Eric, since I see you're making noise there on Skype, what's your character looking like? Any ideas? Any concepts?
I have a very vague concept. I was thinking of the job for my character would be the Undertaker.
that's a good
Ooh,
one.
That's a
because
good one.
that seemed like a very I don't have the mechanics down on what I want him to do yet, but I've always liked that job for a Wild West character.
Well,
And the Underkick.
Two things adventurers are good at: drinking and dying.
Yeah, it's a growth industry.
Well, would potentially put him as an expert in some of the death and weird stuff going on in the city as well.
Yes. So I was thinking either an undertaker, if that's what the party needs, or if we need somebody that's more of a talker. Since I don't think we have too much of that, I was thinking I could run a saloon. So one of the two, depending on if we wanted to go with presents or burying people for fun and profit. The two major statistics, of course.
Well, we might have to bury some entities, to put them at rest.
I guess that's true. In a universe like this, the job of an undertaker is probably more broad than it is or was in our world.
Sort of like the butcher and stuff who also does dentistry.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be the undertaker that'll totally give them a 4 bits burial, or for $1, you make sure they don't come back. Think of all those Victorian, funeral things that they would do, like in Louisiana with the cages, just to make sure, nobody comes back.
Yeah. But you see, it's 4 bits every time I bury you. It's one and it's covered forever. It's good.
It's more of a revolving door business. Did you say your husband was a loup-garou? I think I may have skimped on the wolfsbane. If you see a weird wolf sticking around your house, don't be surprised. Of course, that could totally be the old French loup-garou, which when they die, apparently, they come back 3 times. If the human dies, he comes back as either a werewolf or a wolf. If the wolf dies, he comes back as a werewolf. Some French guy somewhere had a problem with wolves. So, quick sound off. Is anybody taking a strong burly type?
Well, I have a brawn of 3, but I'm not necessarily. I'm athletic.
Not at all.
Okay.
Mine is agility, and my finesse, I think it is. It's called. It allows me to use the agility for my melee and brawl skills.
So for agility, we got a fast hands Shaolin monk. What about our gunslinger? Fast with your hands?
I mean, it's the West. You got to be.
See, this is when I convince you guys to talk so I can eat my.
Yeah. But she's not responding to you.
I'm sorry, I was updating my character sheet. What, sweetheart?
It was my voice. She was tuning me out. So is anyone fast with their hands and agile?
I am. I have rank 3 in. I have 3 in agility.
As I totally bring up a character sheet. So I'm like, what comes next? Okay, has anybody got a super good intellect, by the way?
I've got a 3.
So why? That's stupid. I'm sorry. This is I thought I copied the quick draw information in, but it's not. And then the little thingy. So I need the quick draw info.
Yes, no, I'm very quick, average intelligence. Cunning, I don't get the ways of being cunning. We just aren't like that.
My intel is 3 as well. I put a lot of my points into updating my base stats.
Anybody got a good cunning?
I've got a 4.
3 for me. 1.
No, I'm only 2 for cunning.
Oh, our Shaolin monk with his 1 cunning. He's going to be super gullible.
Right. I mean, nobody lies and plays pranks in the temple. I mean,
he's not wise to the ways of the Western man.
Right.
He's wise to the temple, but not wise here. I could get him for all of his money.
Hey, maybe that's a thing.
Wait. What money? He's a
Yeah, I was
monk.
gonna say exactly. Well, I mean, but I'm in the West. I gotta, have stuff for, get a buy. But
Traveling, food.
yeah, but I got a 3 willpower, so
Okay, so anybody else got good willpower?
1.
Willpower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone's got impulse
Willpower.
control.
I've got -2.
And it's 2? Oh, mine is 2.
Yeah,
Sorry.
she said that really fast. It sounded like -2, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I have no willpower.
Yes. Yeah, 3
I
willpower.
fail every time.
With a discipline of 2 and a green.
Every time
So.
she fixes a gun in the general merchant store, she discharges a round just to make sure, no impulse control. So does anybody have high presence?
2.
That's average. Almost everybody should have 2.
For presents, no. I have 1.
So you're just a shooter. You don't one. Jeez. So you don't talk to nobody. You just shoot them first, and then try to talk to them.
I'm sensing an
Pretty
arcane version of Calamity Jane.
That bad.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh.
let's
Wait, was
just
he
put it
starting to
this
move
way.
his mouth? Shit. Maybe I shouldn't have shot him.
I put my flaw as anger.
Yeah. Okay.
So
That sounds a lot like Calamity Jane.
so it's
Hey, shoot first, ask questions later. Good to know.
not necessarily. It's just especially if it's a certain type of person or creature, I'm gonna be a little more prone to.
Yeah, you're sounding more like Batman.
Well, especially if it's undead, I'm gonna make it all dead.
Look who's only
Beat up
mostly
the
dead.
undead. Where's your leader?
Oh no, that would involve talking to them. It would just be shoot them.
Sorry. Shaking them.
Yeah, y'all, because my
Just
yeah, in my bio, I lost. I swore vengeance on every last unbreathing monster.
Notice she just said monster and not clarification on that.
Well,
Anyone
any
can be a
undead is a monster.
The person who took your last beer, he's a monster.
What kind of
Yeah.
monster spits in someone's
So,
beer?
as I say in my bio, I am as quick on the draw as I am to temper. So mind your manners. Yeah, and I don't talk a lot. Probably, I'm like more of the growl and glare kind of gal. I think I almost have my character fully updated. Skills and I'll have to check it, make sure I did everything correctly, Jim.
Well, what do you mean?
Do we have
Oh, I'm like that.
characters? Wait, some people have characters. Do I have a character?
Is this your
Yes.
first time logging on? Which
Oh,
it is
no.
totally,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yes.
He does have one, but
I
not
do
linked.
have one there for you, which I can totally give you control now that you're logged in.
Okay.
So if you look at Jalao something Scott, you totally have access to that.
Ovo yuck. Jaloa ovo yuck.
Okay. How do I change the name?
On the very first tab when you
Ah.
open it, if you just hit edit, should-
Edit. There we
just
go.
like Vincent's now got his character.
Yes, please change that name. Don't think that's fitting.
There we go.
So it looks like everyone has access to your character sheet.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've created like a first level starting character. I don't have a whole lot of yellows on my skill tree.
It's a starting character, max of 2 yellows on any one skill. Isn't that great?
It's been a while since I've made a character like that.
Had a fresh little baby character that wasn't night level.
Right. All right. Let's see.
Oh my goodness, this is amazing! I could finally have my sheet on another monitor.
Oh, you finally got 2 monitors?
No, I had 2 monitors, but I was never given an option to like get it off the first
Oh, pop out.
page off the website. Yeah,
Oh, at a Roll20, yeah.
and then now I can. This is amazing, guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I got a laptop, not an option.
Dude, the technology was out there, and then Roll20 said, "Nah, we don't need that."
Do you have
Character sheet.
just check if you can? Do you have dice pool upgrades in, Jim?
What do you mean dice pool upgrades?
Well, when I was rolling a while back, you apparently had stuff sitting on up dice pool. I was trying
Maybe?
to.
Yep, I got 1 gold and 1 black. Let me clear the pool.
Alright. I just want to make sure it's working like it's supposed to.
And now y'all should see 1 light side point and 1 dark side point. Or I mean, 1 player story point and 1 GM story point.
Oh, that's not working right. Yeah.
What you trying to do? What you trying to put into it?
Well, so with finesse, it doesn't quite.
Oh, you're going to have to go down to the create your own skills at the very bottom.
Yeah, but that doesn't carry to the weapon pool, though.
On weapon pool, doesn't it let you look in custom? You look on a player sheet. I know in an NPC.
I thought I
Forget how I
tried that.
did it, but I forget how I did it, but I did it with Driv if you want to look that up.
Let's see. Can I modify? Yeah, because I put 2G in, but it's not. Oh no, that's right. Never mind. I'm right. I was thinking I had 2 yellow there. I have 2 yellow in discipline. So no, that's right. That's giving me 4 dice.
Okay.
So I'm good. So it is. The 2G is working. Never mind.
Okay, good. 2 greens, not 2 golds.
Or yeah, 2 greens.
I always call
so,
it the yellow golds because it's spectacular and where you get the triumph.
right. Yeah. So no, I'm only one and one in those right now. So for melee and brawl. So no, I'm good.
I'll just throw that one out there just to mess with you.
Oh, I have the weapon. I didn't put my bare hand attack in. Guess I ought to do that, huh? Let's see. What, dude? Why you gotta like show off all this stuff? Scare us off.
I'm looking at the archetypes. Are these just modifications off of an average human?
Most of them are modified of just the average human. On the little playbook, there is some of the non-human stuff further down. Like there's the Dampier if you want to play a half vampire. You know, totally be the movie. God, what was the title of that movie? Gavel Walkers, I think it was, where it's totally just Blade in the West. I'm looking for the. Is that it? I
This
posted it on the
critical-
Skype so long ago. Let's see. Oh, this computer does not have Word. How embarrassing.
Yeah, mine does not either, but it does have Google Drive.
Unarmed critical's 4, right?
I believe so. I cast Fist,
Independent.
followed by I cast Unicorn Fist.
And actually, it's unarmed, so it could be fists, feet, knees, elbows, head.
Any part of the body.
Well, except for the arms.
No, I could use my arm to unarm somebody, or an arm attack somebody.
Throat punch.
Are there qualities to unarmed? There's not, right? Or
There
stun?
are
No, or-
talents that give you, so you can do stun damage or regular damage, just like you can do strain instead of wounds.
Right.
Let me
Well, that
double
was
check.
weird. My Skype just completely closed.
Ooh.
wow.
That was
Yeah.
bizarre.
It doesn't. Typically, it's just what stun damage, right?
It's normally,
Have modifiers.
let me pull up a player's guide.
Yeah. Is it actually one of the things on here?
It may be.
The Western Gear idea didn't open for me properly.
In Roll20,
Yeah, actually, that's not opening up right either.
you may want to refresh your Roll20 then.
Yeah, all 3 of them aren't working now. Yeah.
Yeah, the PDF's opening up, so maybe your Roll20 being cranky, because it is
Yeah.
very laggy right now.
So I have a question, sweetheart.
Okay.
Okay, so now I've set my pistols in there, but how do I apply the elementalist?
As someone's Western dog is making noise. It's really a small child, I
Dog.
bet.
It's the puppies.
So the element, so if you're casting a spell, you're going to be using a spell, which requires an
So that would be
arcane roll.
Arcana. So if I roll the Arcana, depending on it, but how do we calculate damage or
So,
like say fire? Because of course I chose fire.
okay, so what is it you're trying to do? Are you saying you're casting a spell to light the bullet on fire, or?
Yeah, well, because for the elementalist,
That gives you a free burn to any spell you
Yeah.
cast without costing an
When you're-
extra dice.
yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
going to be on your spells. So if you're wanting to pull up the Genesys book if you've got one, which I think you should. Totally pulling up mine real quick. So I know I have a PDF.
Okay, hold on. So spells is on. Is that powers or is?
Spells is at the very end. It's in the magic section. If you look at the
No,
index,
I'm on the character sheet.
okay, on the character sheet, spells is going to be on the combat tab.
Yeah. Okay. I'm on the combat tab right now, or weapons. And so I have my weapons. I have what?
That wasn't me, so don't snap at whoever said the sigh, baby.
Got combat skills and talents and special abilities.
So
now,
talents
Elementus is a talent.
So talents and special abilities is where you would put the elementalist.
Yeah. But where?
So that's a talent when you take it.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to spells, if you want to put some ready-made spells in, that's in the power section. So you just
Okay,
add a
so-
power, and you can copy the description down there to make life easier for you. Because it lets you list what skill it uses, and what if it costs experience or whatnot,
So,
and what book
but the-
page.
All right. You have the book, you said. Okay, I gotta find the book.
And I should probably go grab my laptop right now, which has, so it's in the Skype chat under Genesys core rules. I think you should have a copy of that PDF already. In the base Genesis book, the magic rules are hidden in the very back under alternate rules. Let me know when you got the PDF up. So Vincent, how talkie is your snake oil salesman, by the way? Because I think Eric kind of needs to know on that one. Because he was deciding between two concepts.
Let's see, where's my character sheet again?
Yeah.
He is actually.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, where's everything? I also got everything else here. Nope, never mind. So he's pretty good at it, but you could tell that he's crazy. But he could convince you that the stuff is pretty good, crazy good. But I have my coercion, which is willpower 1, career in that, and leadership as I have a career in. Oh, maybe I should have done that. Is that what you're asking? I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, because Eric was talking either saloon owner or undertaker. Both good options.
What was your presence?
My presence is a 2.
Yeah, if you're selling, you probably want presence higher because that should be. Well, it depends on your social.
Yeah, unless you're trying to grift them, and then your cunning might want to.
I was gonna say unless you're selling actual snake oil, then cunning to lie to everybody that it actually grows your hair back and shit like that.
Yeah, you're gonna get your hair back. See, puts on a wig. Ta-da!
Yeah, it's not just the cocaine. It actually makes you feel better. 100%.
Oh man, I need to get into character for this guy now. Think crazy.
So far, it does seem like we're a little social light. So
yeah.
I think that's what
I mean, can never go wrong with more social.
Yeah, I mean, you can always, but you also can never go wrong with a party that is terrible at all social encounters forever.
Because that's just fun.
Right.
So I'm thinking an aristocrat with probably not entertainer.
Are you gonna be a rancher or some railroad tycoon?
Professional gambler.
I'm thinking maybe more like depending on the size of the town that we're in, maybe like town councilor, like politician size.
It's traditional for the saloon owner to have actually won the saloon in a card game.
Oh yes. Which is the same card game where I was elected to public office. Yes.
I was gonna say. So you're the mayor.
We know who's going to get blamed for everything.
I'm thinking so. I think I like the charm and coercion skills that the leader has, and I think how are we on cool and vigilant as a group?
What?
Like the two skills we.
No. What?
Wonderful.
I'm assuming it's not very well.
Hey, I have a rank in cool. Just that's it. That's
Let's see. What
Hmm,
is mine?
I'm not really cool.
So my discipline is great. I got, like I said, 2 yellow, 1 green, but I am 2 green and cool. And vigilance is 3 green. So yeah, I'm a little slow on the uptake, but once I'm there, I kick some butt.
Okay.
If I have
I
to.
still haven't gotten my starting money, so I don't have my starting equipment, but everything else is in.
So starting money is 500 cash, which is a lot for the West. And make sure to check out if you can open it now. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. The Western gear is a good spot to both the tabs. Is a good spot to see the prices of things.
How do I refresh or what?
Just F11 or no? Is it F5? I think it's F5.
While you're in the
Uh-huh.
session, or
Yeah, clicks anywhere in Roll20 and hit F5, and it should refresh, or just click the little refresh button.
I'm not seeing a refresh button. Where am I supposed to see that?
Are you in?
I've never had this issue.
Are you in Google or are you in Chrome?
Google, I think.
Then
Yeah.
you should see the little circle pointing at itself. Top left corner, right next to where it says app.roll20. Just hit that guy.
Refresh.
Yep. Yeah, just hit that guy.
Okay. Well, I did that, but okay. Well, let me look, see if it. Yeah, it starts to show, and then it pops away, and I get something went wrong. Please check your permissions or reload.
Do you have yours set to pop up outside windows?
No. No. Why?
Because that could be a problem. Because it's trying to share you a PDF in Roll20 that's downloaded into Roll20. So it's one of those.
I've never had problems before, though. It's got character pop out. Does that affect all of it?
Yeah, turn that off because it won't let you pull PDFs outside of Roll20. So that could be the problem.
It's not on.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
It's not on because I don't. But let me try it and see what I get now. Still not. Yeah, I normally don't have problems opening your PDFs. Oh, I'll get them out of my folder. I saved them, so.
As I am being attacked by the cat who thinks I have food in my.
Yeah.
Even though he's being snippety because I actually gave him Philly steak and he's ignoring it.
Oh.
Wow.
Item.
So Kelly, were you able to open the book? And are you possibly muted?
I am muted and no, I didn't get it.
Okay. Let me go AFK real quick and I'll help you find it. And I will get the laptop so I can share some of those apparently Excel sheets that I cannot open on this old computer. Because apparently I didn't even email it to myself.
Jeez.
Well, before the laptop started dying every 5 minutes, I totally was using that for everything. On top of, I'm trying to put a new mouse on the computer here because I need a new mouse for my computer. Okay, I will be right back. Talk amongst yourselves.
Quinta, how is your deception?
My deception? My deception, I have a rank in, and it's cunning, so it's 3, so 1 yellow, 2 green.
Okay, sweet. So I'll leave the deception to you. I'll pick up the coercion and charm.
Cool means, yeah, just leave me to, yeah, I could level up cunning too once I get enough XP. Make it 4 dice.
Well, you have to pick up a dedication to do that.
Oh. Dedication!
So it's gonna be a little bit. Oh, where did that go? I thought I had. Oh, there it is. Ew. That's why I couldn't find the files. I forgot I put them on a drive. Where the hell did I put my? Oh, there it is.
How are we as a group at perception?
Perception, it's cunning 3, but I don't have any ranks in it.
I've got 4, but no ranks.
I think that sounds like we are covering basics at least.
Oh, what the hell? All right. Let's see. Perception. Where's my perception? Yeah. 1. kind of half surprised nobody went with the Dampier.
I was thinking about it, but then I'm like, nah. I
You
played
realize
those
like
D&D.
half the party would be wanting to kill you.
If
Well-
I was going to be playing as the Undertaker, it would have been a Dampier or a Revenant.
There you go.
Proper way of doing things.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And no one's gonna bug the Undertaker why he looks creepy. They're just gonna ignore him for social reasons and not for racist reasons.
Right.
He smells. That's all.
Yeah, he doesn't use any formaldehyde. He just uses it for cologne to cover up the fact that he's draining them themselves.
Where's what is oh.
Oh.
Y'all are too quiet. I mean, y'all are like dead silent.
I'm focused.
Your focus needs more focus.
Alright, got all that.
I'm just afraid of the jackalope minions.
Right? Scary
Should
stuff.
always fear the jackalope.
Little ankle biters.
Oh.
God bless you.
Gosh.
God bless you.
Oh, thank you.
You
wanna
button
see
next
anything about me.
time.
What's my cool wizard?
So it was definitely decided we're staying in this one town.
That
We're
was
not
going to be
crafting-
some more of my questions for you all of how much of the Old West do I have to come up with? So we have the town of Wormwood. That's going to be our town. That's totally not a ripoff of Deadwood. Starlight ripoff.
No, it's completely different. It's worm, obviously.
I mean, I'm good with the general locale.
Well, no. It's, are we going to basically be staying in one place, or are we going to be going from town to town?
Yeah, that was going to be one of
I
my
think
questions.
we're going to be staying primarily in one place, and the vicinity, you know, because of course there's going to be ranches and stuff outside of town and
Yeah.
stuff. But that doesn't exclude the possibility of going to another town for, say, a specific reason.
Yeah, I think I would like to flesh out this town more. And so I think I would like to spend more time in Wormwood than out. But I have no problem being out of town.
Agreed.
well,
I'm on the same
my
page.
character can go two ways. One is going from town to town, never staying there very long. The other is staying in one place for a while to research something. I want to know which one it is.
So, does it sound like we want to consider the town the focus of the adventure with the occasional foray just within a day or two of town and back?
I
Sounds
think
good.
I think that sounds good, and I think, you know, if the plot demands it, like we could make like a trip further, you know.
Agreed. I agree. I like that.
But yeah,
Okay, so but for the most part, it's mostly we'll be in and around town kind of thing.
yeah.
That way, I know what I need to come up with.
Do we have any solid information on what the town is like?
Nothing that's in concrete yet because it's session 0. I was keeping things loosey goosey. If
Yeah,
you
what-
have a chance to pull it up right now and probably just paste it into Facebook for you guys. The player's guide that I came up with. I did list a bunch of the basic old Western professions and left them open if you guys wanted to come up with ideas to throw in there, tribute.
Yes.
You know, like the bartender, the local house of ill repute, madam or pimp, as the case may be. Let me find that player's guide.
Are we like out west or
Well, it's
what part of the country?
think of it as Deadwood. You know, technically was not the West, but it was west of civilization, so they just called it the West. So we have not established if there's an actual state or province that for it yet. But
Okay.
I'm cool with just keeping it, you know, very vague McVaganson, but that's just me.
Right. So, but I mean, is it like a gold boom town kind of?
Yeah, it would totally be like a silver boon town.
Okay. So not high big city. It's
Yeah,
a small
it literally is.
boom
Think
town.
Deadwood.
Yeah.
Like a decade after it was made, it was still just a crappy little town that was 2 streets. Buildings are basically every rain season maybe getting rebuilt because, you know, that's what happened in the West.
Tombstone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tombstone's a good example
Actually, Tombstone was much bigger than that.
because Tombstone had money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but we're not city.
Yeah, it's not
East
city
Coast
folk
city.
bona fide.
No.
Oh, no. But in the scale of West, it was big.
Eventually, yeah. Didn't start that way, so you know. But yeah, so we're a developing town, boom town, heading westward somewhere in the middle of somewhere.
Couldn't send. Gotta love Facebook.
Oh.
Apparently, the file is too big to just copy and paste in Facebook chat.
Of course.
So I will grab just below the pictures. And say, oh yeah, that's right. The player's guide ended up getting to like 45 pages.
So
You want to post it in Skype instead?
It is posted in Skype, but he can't read it as a Word file.
Unarmed combat. Blah, 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 blah.
Oh.
Because it's a massive thing. It really is. Let me see if I can stick it into Notepad. Out Notepad.
Okay, where? Oh. Oh, okay. Wait, you put in more. Sorry.
So in the Skype, I will post a Word version of that. Should be able to open.
Oh, shoot.
Quick
Critical rating is
exit.
5 for a fist or for unarmed. Yep, that sucks.
But if you look at the Star Wars martial arts for some inspiration, they do have ways of reducing that difficulty.
Yeah, well, I'm sure there's stuff out there, but it just
Like the one that scares me is you pick the critical.
oh, nice.
No more do you actually guess on the critical. You say any critical of 2 or less, I can just pick. Then of course,
but I mean, I have the sword staff that has a crit of 2, so I mean, I have options.
well, that's a sword. You're using a sword. Of course, a crit's easier than a fist.
Right, I'm just saying, I have options if I really need to do something.
All of a sudden, Buddha's teachings have been
Okay,
abandoned.
Western themes.
No, they teach weapons.
Oh no, I
in the
meant the
Shaolin
Buddha
Temple.
idea that don't harm any living creature.
Oh yeah, no, but the Shaolin are warriors.
Oh yeah,
so-
they learn to defend themselves from the Emperor.
and I am of the warrior caste versus, the more temple-y people. The masters and all that fun stuff. Let's see, rogue.
No.
Yeah. Okay, so you can choose to either strain or damage with raw.
Yeah, you can either go for a real punch or a knockout punch.
Yeah, it's just I was like looking for a list of weapon or brawl fist. It doesn't like in the core book. It's like not clear. You have to read stuff and things.
Read stuff and things.
Well, I mean, they got things, all the little weapon called out spots, but fist isn't in there anywhere.
Yeah, that's the problem. One problem with the base book that everyone calls out, which I agree on Genesis, is all the weapons are split by genre, which is lame.
Right. Yeah.
I also have a problem in that it isn't cherry flavored.
Wait, what's this? When using brawl weapon, the user can choose to use the critical rating instead of the standard brawl critical rating. Oh, okay. Well, they're showing all the same. That's stupid. Why would I use a bottle or a fist-sized rock?
Oh, for the improvised weapons.
Yeah.
Okay. Where's the download that you said was with the stuff in it?
Which download for the player's guide? If you open
No, the gear.
Oh, the gear. In Roll20, if you go down to the bottom, there's a Wild West gear that's straight from the Genesis stuff. And then there's Western Gear Ideas, which is the prices of things from actual old Sears catalogs. Totally
okay.
not borrowed from Deadlands. Totally borrowed from
That doesn't open for me either. Something went wrong. Please check your permissions.
Okay, so apparently it's not. It's in your journals because you can see it.
Uh-huh.
I opened them, I think, once before, but I might have got it from the Skype maybe. I don't know.
And are you? And your pop-ups aren't in the. Your character sheet doesn't pop up outside of it.
I dragged my character sheet outside.
Okay, then you may want to unclick to see it inside. But if you look in the Skype, I will paste those into Skype.
Well, I think those are already in Skype, aren't they?
I
in the
think
chat?
they are, yeah. But I'm gonna post them again just in case you can't find them.
Because I thought I downloaded everything that you posted in Skype.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just those aren't, for whatever reason, opening in the thing, but that's fine. I have them myself on my flash drive. Yeah, I half expected the mad scientist out of Eric.
I was thinking somebody was gonna go.
Right?
I'm not.
I was
saying
actually
I
thinking
wasn't.
about it. I was thinking about it, but no, I think the wizard would have been a perfect choice for my merchant, crazy old merchant.
The other option for the Undertaker was also a mad scientist because I figured it would go easily.
Right.
But since we're int heavy and having someone that talks is important, this works real well.
No, it works. But I just know you like your tech types sometimes, and
I do. I love the crafting stuff, but but sometimes you just want a character that can shout at people until they're hurt.
Oh
And
no,
this is good.
actually, that works well, especially with me doing a lot of brawl where I can do a bunch of stunning, and then you're just like wearing them down, and we can take them out.
Exactly. It's all about teamwork.
So which one did you decide on, Eric?
I went with an aristocrat leader. That's going to be based. His name is Enoch Potts, and he's going to be head of the local chamber of commerce.
Nice.
Oh no, a politician.
That's right.
That's awesome. Yeah, because he didn't want mayor.
No, mayor gets replaced real often. It's kind of like the sheriff,
Right?
Now the
He
question
wants something
is,
long lasting.
are you looking to get statehood or stay as an independent territory?
I'm going to have to think about that.
As a politician, I mean, that's like one of the big old West politician-y things there.
Yeah, what are you pushing for?
Just off the top of my head, I imagine that the benefits of statehood would probably bring more money and maybe more for the town. So that might be the way that I'm leaning, but I think I'm more town focused than state focused.
Because don't forget, if you also go state focused, you then have more oversight.
Yeah, exactly. It's like less freedom, but more prosperity.
So, of course, in the player's guide, the tropes that we're using is the Weird West, the 1870 something. Monsters, because yes, there's monsters. Creatures of the night, because yes, there's got to be creatures of the night. Gothic horror, because yes, an improbable technology, which we may gear back on since you don't have a lot of weird science-y types, so we may back off on that and just have like one crazy inventor in town. Is there any other tropes you're wanting to be dumped in?
It sounds good to me where we're at.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that sounds like a good mix so far.
Okay, and then next one we got is setting specific gear in there. Basically, I threw a bunch of the steampunk stuff and monster stuff in there. Like one thing we will have as a weapon quality is silver. If in case anybody wants to get a silver weapon, you don't have to have a silver weapon, but it might come in handy.
I did that with my sword. Sword cane.
I don't need to get a silver weapon because I'm always equipped with my silver tongue.
Damn.
It's all
that's
good
a good
and
one.
well until he says he tries to kill the vampire with the silver tongue.
Right.
It's
And he slays
too.
her. She has
It's
the little
about
death.
seducing the vampire with my silver tongue. Thank you very much.
And of course, there's the for supernatural stuff, the symbol of faith. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Symbol of faith.
So it could mean different things to different cultures.
Well, yeah.
It's a coffee filter, right?
And then, of course, there is the optional rules. Let me see what optional rules you'd want. I'm pretty sure everyone's going to say no to this first optional rule, so I'll mention it first and get it out of the way. Does anyone want to use the optional rule of chambered, which requires one maneuver per bullet put into your six-shooter?
No.
Make this sleight of hand.
That would be to take someone's bullet. You know, you do the whole Billy the Kid gag where you take the bullet from them, you inspect their gun, and you use sleight of hand to empty it, and you put it back in their hand or holster, and they don't realize you took the first two bullets out. Because no, you could not sleight of hand all 6 bullets unless you rolled a triumph.
Well, unless you took the gun and like physically in hand and like went dunk.
Do speed loaders exist in this universe?
Speed loaders don't exist unless you find a genius inventor.
Okay.
Who knew that
So
very simple maneuver for a speed loader would have changed the West a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're at the point where the guns are you turn and cylinder per round to load. It doesn't flip out.
Yep. Well, there are
Okay.
some types that do the breach where it breaks open.
Oh,
But
okay.
the cylinder quality is for like basically all of your 6-shooter rifles and pistols, because there were a few rifles that requires one maneuver per round. But it sounds like Kelly said no. What are you agreeing with that?
I'm melee. I don't care. I mean, mostly melee, but
I don't think it affects a lot of us. I don't think many of us are planning to be a 6-shooter ranged weapons.
Okay, so we'll
I figured
kibosh
it'd be
that
more.
rule so it's out of the way.
I figured we'd have a little more gun toters. Well, you're an aristocrat. You'd probably have a derringer or some kind of little pistol.
I'm thinking that if I do have the reason
Hold
that
that pistol.
if I'm in the Chamber of Commerce because I own a bar, I probably have a shotgun. You know,
okay.
But that's it. You know, I'm not thinking that he's going to be a
Yeah, but I mean, it was common that like the average person typically ran around with some kind of a, or a lot of people had guns.
Yeah.
I mean, what if there's a snake in your boot?
What if someone poisoned the water hole?
Yeah.
Hey,
I thought about
that's-
going like a paladin character instead of a 6-shooter, going with a lever action little, but of course that is if anybody knows what the paladin was, probably
Yep.
too old of a show.
Have gun, will travel. So let's get back to these. So we have item qualities of chamber we don't want because, it just makes things more difficult with you. But could totally make it easy for somebody to put in one bullet and shoot that one bullet to show off you are. So the other weapon quality is blood cursed. It's a good one for supernaturally stuff. That the blood cursed weapons are often ancient artifacts, or possibly something used to kill lots of people, like a 6-shooter that could be blood cursed. Just saying. So the player and GM are encouraged to work together on how this is able to wield the power, or even what the cost is required to use it. Be that a debt to an otherworldly being, or deal with death herself. The ability check is made with this blood cursed item. Your character may suffer an amount of wounds up to the blood cursed rating to add or increase the vicious rating, which we all know how deadly that is.
Yes, that sounds good.
Okay, then we have baneful items, which is the reason no scholar of the supernatural can fathom certain substances are negative reactions among supernatural creatures such as garlic, wolfsbane, and substances used in religious ceremonies, or other items that can repel some fearsome creatures. And yes,
Oh, absolutely.
we're good with that.
I want
Yeah.
that. That's what I thought I did. I'm the guy that knows that stuff.
It's good to know that stuff. Okay, and
No one ever listens to me, but I know that stuff.
And of course, there's
It's all
also
hocus
the slippery when wet rules. Basically, it's new rules brought in for wet items, like when it's raining and shit. The cover rule. The new
What
cover.
you and Kel do on your own time is your own business.
So for cover, because old westerns, you always see them diving behind the water, trough and the barrels. Managing cover is critical in firefights. Different objects provide different amounts of cover, therefore different defenses. So jumping behind things provide you defense. So like defense 1 for a water trough or water barrel, and then it goes up from there. So if you say you take cover, it gives you a bonus. You guys good with that rule?
Yeah, that sounds like a fun, dynamic rule that gives us a reason to color the encounter.
Instead of just drop to a knee.
Yeah.
And then there is the unaware targets rule. If a target is unaware that they are being targeted with a combat check, then the difficulty of that check is reduced by 2 to a minimum of easy 1 dice. So if you try to assassinate somebody,
it really makes a surprise a surprise.
Yeah, it gives more meat to that.
Surprise.
If the target is moving, there may be a difficulty. Reduction should not apply, or adds a setback to it, depending on how much speed they're moving. And then sometimes a stealth versus vigilance might be necessary to see if the target is unaware. So like if you run up to the bar to shoot someone in the back of the head, maybe you failed your stealth because they saw you in the mirror, which, by the way, totally happened in Tucson back in the Old West.
Okay.
And then there's the headshot rule. Character can make a called shot for the head of the opponent. If the attack is successful and the target is not wearing a helmet, their weapon increases its vicious rating by 3. However, if the attack is successful and the target is wearing a helmet, the helmet is damaged 1 step. So basically, it adds 30 to any crit roll for a headshot.
Well, is there a disadvantage? Is it like an extra negative?
Well, yeah, you're making a called shot, which adds black dice to the roll. So it is a more difficult shot, but it is a rewarded shot.
I like that. Especially being melee up there, popping them in the head. Pop, pop.
Totally get the Quick and the Dead flashbacks of all the headshots. And then, let's see. The addiction rules. Did you guys want to use addiction rules? Basically, if you don't get a fix, you have to make a hard resilience check. And if you fail that, let's see. Once addicted, the character must use the substance once a day or decrease their strain threshold by half until they do so. Y'all want to get strung out on opium?
Always.
Is there a way you can break it?
Yeah. I mean, there's totally a way. Let's see. To end the addiction, the character must go without using the substance for 1 week or more and make another resilience or discipline check. If they succeed, they have broken the addiction. If they fail, they can attempt to check again in another week.
I mean, I'm okay with that. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff in
Yeah,
this
I
time
mean,
Yeah.
frame.
Okay. Especially if somebody wants to play the town drunk, you know.
No, I'm not drunken technique, so no, it didn't bother me none.
No drunken master. If you guys want, there is the which we are using is exploding barrels because it's the West. You know, there's going to be barrels of exploding something. When attacking a target, engage with a barrel. Per GM's discretion, the attack may spend 3 threat or despair to hit the barrel instead and make it blow up. Thrown barrel, a character can throw a barrel at a target within short range as a combat check using athletics. This attack gains the cumbersome 4 and inaccurate 1 quality. If the check succeeds, the barrel hits the target and explodes, dealing 10 damage to the target and all characters within short range, except for the attacking character. 2 threats on this can cause the attacking character to get hit by the blast as well. Because it's the West, there's got to be exploding barrels, right?
Right? Yeah, I mean, sounds good to me, man.
I'm of no true opinion either way, so fine with me.
Okay. So since nobody's opting to take it, there's already, of course, a holy man in town because there's got to be. It's the West.
I thought that's what I was.
I'm talking of the Bible thumping
Oh.
variety.
No.
Christian religion.
Well, he
Preacher
might
man.
not be
You're
considered
heathen.
Christian, but at least Bible thumping.
Yeah, your heathen ways, you know, and then my divine Shaolin ways are a little odd to the rest of the country.
So is there anything you want in the town sheriff and deputy? Anything? Besides their absence.
Well, what we could have, and this is an option for any of the couple of vagrants that we have,
Whoa.
is we could have a bad sheriff and a bad deputy that eventually gets replaced by one of the more transitive members of our party.
Oh, if you want, I could be the sheriff.
No.
You can't be everything. You're the snake oil salesman. You're the talking guy. You gotta focus, man. Focus.
And you have no.
I have everyone in this town.
You can't steal everyone's shtick.
This is Lemony Snicket. I am everyone.
You can totally be everyone, but then we find out in a flashback you're actually the town drunk that's watching everyone do things while you're passed out looking at them. It's all
So what do we
Oh.
want to? So we want a Mayberry like Barney Fife type deputy and sheriff combo.
I'm thinking
your
more
joke.
of like intro antagonists.
I like that. I mean, I'm always game with that.
Yeah.
They just don't like our type. It's like they got their eyes on us.
Well, they're more. Maybe they got the job by killing the previous sheriff,
Ooh.
and they're really just they're more bullies than law.
Okay, I like the more bully than law quote. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah, so that's the 4 right there.
Holy cow!
Okay, anything about the territory marshal? Because Westerns always have the marshal that comes in that rides roughshod over the sheriff. My vote is always the old guy about to retire, because you know what that means.
Yeah, he's not really interested in getting himself killed at this stage and is willing to let things slide.
All right.
I'm getting not necessarily a bad feeling from him, but distant. Like we are far enough away that this guy exists, but
Indifference.
yeah.
Okay, anything special about the town's hardware store owner? Because that's an important role.
Is that our gunslinger? Is that one of our gunslingers here?
Well, the hardware store owner is one who owns the general hardware store, sells
The
all the
general
supplies
store.
everybody needs. She could probably have a stall in his shop for guns.
No.
No?
It's like I'm a gun shop owner.
So you have a shop
gunsmith.
dedicated to firearms. I like that.
Well, considering how, or actually what I could do is I'm a gunsmith, but I sell my guns through her, except for the specialty ones. I see her as a gossip.
The hardware store owner?
Yeah, and everybody's business.
That makes sense to me.
You know, it's like, oh, look who's buying more of such and such. Think they're in the family way, you know, and
Oh.
you know, because the general store was also often the post office.
Mhm. And everybody would eventually go there for supplies and food and things like that because that was where you got it.
Uh-huh.
So I'm totally looking up the business rules, by the way, if I've got a copy of that. Do I have the one from Star Wars here? They actually did a really good job of if a players want to own a business, because I'm slowly getting down to the owner of the saloon. Who would that be?
I think I would like that to be me.
Okay.
I think that's a good choice.
It's a lot of responsibility. Now you're setting grassroots right there.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Aha, I chose the correct book. Because conveniently for the colonists in Star Wars, there's a great section at the end of that fluff book, if anyone's actually read it, that actually has running a moisture farm or any other kind of business.
Moisture farm. You said moist.
Moist. Okay, so is there a saloon hostess, by the way? You know, usually those are independent contractors, if you know what I mean. Host or hostess.
Yes,
Bang.
I see this as a fairly stereotypical saloon. There would be a matron and a variety of people that other people can lease out.
Ah, one of those type of places.
Well, you know, we strive to be an all-in-one entertainment facility.
I mean, after all, not all saloons were cat houses, if you know what I
Yeah.
mean.
Right.
So the saloon is the
Gambling
town
too?
cat house, or
Yes.
is it separate?
I'm seeing the bottom floor being a bar and gambling, and the top floor being hotel / rooms by the hour.
Heck with the room. It's the bath I'm looking for. Okay, so in that case, who's the owner of the town hotel across the way? You know, borderline your competition, but not really.
Yes.
Where the decent folk go to get a place
Yeah,
to
like
sleep.
the families and
You
stuff.
mean the boring folk? Am I right, guys?
Oh, got him.
Howard Johnson.
Nice.
Oh my
That's who it is.
It's
Nice.
Blazing Saddles.
Okay, Howard Johnson, owner of the town hotel.
Excellent.
And here's one that's important. Who is the town's famed gunslinger that is not our party member? Or is it our party member?
Do any of our party members feel like they are good enough at gunslinging that they are famed?
I'm pretty good.
Do you
I
want to be
don't.
that person people come to town to test themselves on?
Exactly. Do
Yeah.
you want to be
I'm
the
not
one that
sure.
gets called out?
It's a good thing and a bad thing.
Yeah, as I say, all they have to be is undead, and I'll be happy to.
Yeah, no, this is non-undead that would be coming to potentially go, hey,
This is
I'm
the
calling
new
it
kid
out.
of the
okay,
week.
I've made a minor name for myself. So yeah. Okay. All they gotta do is pick a fight. Now we'll go into a showdown. I mean, anger is my
Okay, so Kelly's character is the famed gunslinger in town, which is a good thing and a bad thing. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a good thing in the fact that people know she's a competent, because we're talking like
I
Wyatt.
ain't real comfortable with the term famed.
We're talking like Wyatt Earp here, where people actually trust that she will not shoot audience participants in a gunsling.
Not
There's-
unless they undid.
As she
Oops, I missed.
as she fakes
There
a
goes down.
gunfight just to get a vampire out in the open.
Well,
Yeah.
anybody who can be out in high noon probably isn't a vampire.
It's funny how it works that way.
But like I said, yeah, being the famed person, you have to worry about
I might attract some undue attention.
undue attention from the normal folk that might want to come challenge themselves against you.
You know, some little farm kid, like literally the Quick and the Dead, if you recall that one, when that kid wanted to challenge her and she's just like, don't do it, kid. Don't do it, kid. And then she murdered him.
Yeah.
No, that's not how it really went.
It's how it went
because
in my
He was
mind.
trying to get his daddy's attention.
See, I like how the gunslinger tries to turn it around. I like that.
Right? Right.
I saw the movie. DiCaprio,
Yes, I know.
Sharon
So,
Stone.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think
and
she's
Gene
trying to
Hackman.
hide something up now.
What? We don't have enough money to buy a Gatling gun? What
Did
the
we have
hell?
somebody in the clock the clock tower?
so who is the editor of the town newspaper, the Pioneer?
Hmm.
Sometimes called the Pine Sap Press to offend its owner.
Is it a good or a bad idea?
I've
It's
got
up
it.
to you guys. I'm leaving.
He is he's a local boy who is always way too smart for his own good, and he thinks that by doing the newspaper and everything, people will he wants to learn about the world, but actually doesn't know anything and hasn't left town much.
Okay, so he thinks he's too good for this town kind of guy.
Thinks the rest of the world is better, but it actually isn't. Do you know what I mean?
Uh huh. And the next one is that prospector that everybody knows that when he's flush buys everybody drinks, but when he's broke is too proud to ask for a drink. But he'll sit at the bar going, "My mouth is mighty dry. I've been digging in the dirt all day. My mouth's mighty dry."
I see him as named Eli.
Prospector named Eli. Is there any important things you want to tack onto him before he has his own character sheet?
I want him to be slightly deranged because he, as a prospector, digs into many hidden places that many of us don't, and he has seen things.
Oh,
Inadvertently found stuff he shouldn't have.
Especially in a world where there's magic and zombies and stuff. Yeah.
And he likes dynamite a little bit too much.
Always has that spare stick in his back pocket.
Uh-huh.
Right. So he's actually run across like weird artifacts and shit in his digs.
He remembers old Mine 79. He's the only one that made it out with a heartbeat. He ain't saying the rest ain't still moving down there, but the only one that made it out with a heartbeat.
So, a la Deadlands, he's been sniffing ghost rock.
Sometimes you dig a new mine and you find tentacles. Okay, so does the town have a Chinese population? If so, is there a town boss?
Well, there's at least one.
I think there is a Chinese population, and as is normal for the Wild West settings, I believe that they are mostly in town because they are building the railroad.
Oh, we're on the railroad line, or working
soon to be.
They're working on it. They're doing the preliminary work, and the Irish and the Chinese are coming in to start the work on getting the ground prepared.
Yeah, but I think that the person building in charge of the railroad should also be Chinese.
Ooh,
I think that,
I like
the owner of that railway that's going in should be Chinese. Sort of like he's bringing this country over, So let's give him a little better deal. This is our world.
Hey, we can totally rewrite the history of that stuff, and I like.
Right?
So his railroad is going from the west to the east.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, there were a few that did actually make that direction, and they met in the middle.
They weren't practically slaves.
Yep.
They had good wages.
Okay, so I'm totally saying there's an old fire and brimstone minister. Totally throwing that out there because I totally made one as an NPC out of boredom, and since nobody took his place, you get to deal with him. Is there a professional card shark hired by the saloon? Because usually that's what card sharks would do, is they'd come in and offer their services and a cut to the house.
So I think that this is a good opportunity for Vicente's character, because I get the impression that this is the kind of thing that he would do.
Is he good at deception?
Which one is it?
The card shark at the saloon.
Yep, that would be me. I get to deceive people. I am crazy, so people won't really pay much attention to me, so it'll be fine.
So obviously, Eric's character and your character have a deal on the side for kickbacks on the gambling.
Well, it's not just kickbacks on the it's a mutually beneficial thing where we both.
I sell my snake oil, and then I help him out and give him some. Yeah.
But he also is another gun that is in the shop just in case things go wrong.
Somebody roughs up one of the girls,
Exactly.
I do have surgeons, so I could probably cut some legs off.
You split all of your skills amongst so many skills, my friend.
I did.
You literally are the jack of all trades of the West.
The crazy wizard.
See, your name should be Jack then, not Jim. It should be Jack.
Did you not put anything into attributes?
I did.
Which attribute did you pick? And then you ignored the rest. And you didn't put any skills higher than 2 at character creation, right?
Nope.
Okay. So next one is gonna be
James.
Yeah?
I get knowledge supernatural 3 as part of my archetype.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one of the few ones where it says this is or is not obeyed by the normal rule of 2.
Right, just wanted to remind you.
Yep. Because you know things. That's why you're here to educate these people before they get themselves killed. So, Madam of the Bleep is already taken care of. Right? Because that would be the owner of the hotels, Howard Johnson. Do we need a madam for the saloon? Because you already picked a saloon matron and entertainer.
I think we're good. I think we're good with that person being the madam.
Okay. So who is the operator of Wormwood's telegraph service? Which, by the way, has the worst.
That does the newspaper.
Ooh, the newspaper guy does both?
Yeah.
Sure. That sounds good.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's a tiny newspaper, he's got to do both jobs in order to keep it afloat.
Okay.
That's how he gets the news of the rest of the world.
He
Yeah,
totally
that
he
makes
totally
sense.
cock blocks everybody on information, or writes the news and then sends the telegraph. I like that. So next is the livery owner, where the horses are kept and the wagons are done. Anything special about that guy, or is he just that guy in the background?
1 second. What was that last one?
The livery owner.
The livery owner.
You know, where most folks would take their horses or park their wagon so the horses get tended to.
Yeah.
Shod their horses' feet. Because you totally
so
know
they're
if
a farrier as well.
Yep.
They're a blacksmith.
At least good enough to get a shoe on a horse.
Grooming, tack, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Making new wagon wheels.
I think.
I think it. Oh, go ahead.
No, please, you first.
I said I think it should be a brother and sister team.
Aww.
I think that's good, and I think that they should be corrupt elements, and they use the livery to smuggle contraband.
You don't know where they put it in the horse. You don't want to know where they put it.
No. That's so not good for the horse.
So they're basically doing some kind of shenanigans?
Yeah. They're causing some trouble in the town.
I think that we should have a tea house.
A tea house.
I mean, if we're going to have a strong Asian population, I
Yeah.
think we should have a proper tea house.
Now, of course, the first thing I'm going to ask is the tea house with the boss of town, or is it against the boss of town? You know, because it could be the boss wants good prosperity for everybody, and the tea house is really the local opium house, or switch that the other way.
No, it should be a proper tea house.
She's like,
Like
no,
run
no.
by, a venerable old lady Chin, or something like that. She does not tolerate. She's a no nonsense kind of lady.
We totally have a place for our monk to call his home.
Right.
So, of course, we all know how important the stagecoach is to town. Is there a town stage promoter? Usually where the stage house would be, there'd be a guy who sells tickets.
Yeah, Henry Wells.
Hey, I'm totally typing that in. Anything shady about him or anything different about him? Says he always sends people away.
Right.
He has a glass eye.
People go away but never come back.
Never take the 310 to Yuma. Nobody ever gets there. Okay, and is there anything special about the stage driver?
Yeah, William Fargo.
Wells and Fargo. The Wells Fargo wagon is coming. Please let it be for me.
And since you used those up, I can totally go for the next one, which is the town bank. Anything special about that?
To be.
Can it be built on an Indian burial ground?
It's the West. This whole town is probably secretly on an Indian
right.
burial ground. How do you think they
Heck
got the
yeah.
property?
Fair.
It's on the town welcome sign.
So no input on the bank. It's totally going to
I
be
don't
my
know.
domain to play with.
I think it should be run by a woman.
Wow, progressive. All
Yes.
Okay, now the important question.
African American woman.
I think she should also be
Corrupted African American
No.
woman.
Why does everybody have to be corrupted?
Because he's the deranged one?
Right?
He sees conspiracies everywhere.
I see.
It's like,
Aliens, they're in your shoes. That's why I don't wear them.
not everybody in this town should be corrupted.
I'm Sorry, I didn't realize that being a dampier automatically made you corrupted.
It's-
Hold it, who's a dampier?
It's just a lifestyle choice. It's not corruption.
Hold it. Is there a
Go to
dampier in the
phase
party?
bomb.
Okay, the name of the owner of the bank is Zuzu Bailey.
Boo.
Why, Zuzu? It's I
I don't think
it's not
anyone's getting
Zuzu
the
Petals.
reference.
Nobody's
I don't.
getting the reference.
Nobody's getting the reference.
No. Zuzu Petals from.
She used to be married to George Bailey.
Nothing on my part.
The
Sorry.
bank door has a little bell in front of it. Still
You mean-
no Wonderful Life.
Yeah, Zuzu Petals.
Oh, from It's a Wonderful Life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Carolyn Grimes' character, Zuzu Bailey.
Oh, dude, that's probably why I've never knew about it. Never really watched the show.
Yeah,
You
know
need
what?
to
I've
watch it.
actually
That's your
never seen it
Christmas.
either.
That's both of your Christmas's homework. She was
I've
the
seen
kid
it,
in
but I
there that
didn't
says,
pay attention to it,
Daddy, don't you know? Every time
Every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings. Yeah, I've seen that. That part, anyways.
So here comes the important question.
If you
Since
want somebody who's not corrupted, she's just about as good as you can get.
That's true.
that and there's this really great Western on Netflix where the banker is the scariest shit ever and why no one actually has ever succeeded in robbing this bank. If you ever get a chance, I'll send you the link. It's hysterical because he comes out in
What's
pot.
the name of the?
It's that one that I was watching a couple weeks ago and I told you about. That the intro novella is great because it's this cowboy who never wears a gun and he kills a guy by shooting him 5 times with his own gun across the table. Because he steps on the table and the plank hits the guy's hand while he's pointing
You
a gun
don't
at him.
remember the name of the show.
I'll totally get you the name later.
Relax.
So next important question is the mayor. Since obviously one of our players doesn't want to be the mayor, who is his nemesis in politics?
Garfield.
Abilene Garfield.
I like it.
Abilene Garfield. What's his shtick? What's an aspect of him, so to speak?
He's a tool. Yeah, no, that's great.
Greasy tool.
What? He's just, any lobbyist that, comes along and
He'll
gives
take
him the right
anyone's money.
incentive.
Yeah.
Exactly. He'll
Yo,
take
greedy.
anyone's money.
Yeah.
Greedy Garfield, that's his nickname.
He was basically put in by the governor. Like the governor gave him his support, and that's how he got elected.
He's a yes man.
Yep.
Put enough silver dollars in his pocket, he'll do whatever you want.
And has a penchant for a little tipple now often.
Actually, I'll one up you and say that he when he has his times where he gets tipsy, sometimes he goes a little rough on the girls.
Oh.
Ooh.
Wow.
He's been Vicenta's character has escorted him off of my property a couple of times, and it's a point of contention.
Hopefully very uncomfortably for him.
I put a stick in his pocket to know that I know him.
By the way, interesting side note, apparently R.I.P.D. 2, Rise of the Damned is out, and it looks like a Western.
It was
Yeah.
cute. I saw it when it came out. It's cute. Sort of the intro to Roy Cephas. Though I don't see how they age, but
Yeah.
Apparently, I'm looking for the title of that movie, and it's not coming up on Netflix, but I will totally find
Uh-oh.
it. Because
Are you talking about the Ballad of Buster Scruggs?
that's the one.
oh my
okay,
god,
yeah.
that one is so twisted.
That's funny.
I mean, it's got a really sad story for the wagon train.
All of them are sad.
Well, the first one's not too sad because he's a gunslinger who knows his time comes for every gunslinger.
Oh, I love that part.
Yeah, that's where I was
Like-
talking about. He goes into the saloon and kicks the table 4 times and makes the guy shoot himself.
Yeah, I remember. I remember
okay,
now.
I remember.
I totally put that on in the background, and then all of a sudden I almost spit soda while working when that happened because I was like, "What the fuck?"
Dude, when you roll a triumph in the Wild West.
Yep.
Pretty much.
You kill him with his own gun. Because yes, last month I was totally doing Western binge watching just because.
Nice.
Okay.
Just before we started this, I actually Dragon Age Absolution
Oh.
on Netflix is out.
Uh huh.
Yeah. So far, so good. I've watched a couple episodes. It's only 6, but
So for the very intro for you guys into town here, quick question on what are 2 supernatural things going on in town? Be
I feel like we should
general,
deal with
not specific. So ghosts. Okay, I'm good with ghosts.
oh boy.
Don't go out to Boot Hill at midnight. You ever heard that Twilight Zone episode about the guy who went up to Boot Hill and died?
Yeah, with the dagger.
I don't remember.
He was
The one I
dared
remember was
to go
when he
up.
was on the train.
No, the one Jim's talking about is this brag gunslinger guy. Basically, was dared to go up to this gunslinger's grave and stab his knife into it.
That
'cause
was
he's
his
supposed
proof.
to, yeah. So he works up the courage and he goes up, but he doesn't come back. And the next day they find him dead at the grave. And turns out he died of fright because when he stabbed the ground with his knife, he didn't realize he'd got his duster caught in it. So when he tried to leave, he was caught and thought that the guy was trying to, the guy was coming back from the grave. And
Because
interesting.
the big lead up to that is he shot the guy in the back and everyone knew. And at the guy's funeral, his sister, who's supposedly a witch, said that his spirit will come and grab him from the grave.
That ties in wonderfully to what I was thinking for the other supernatural plot hook. I think we should have a coven of witches meeting around the outskirts of town.
There you go.
Ooh. Okay, so Coven of Witches and Ghosts is what I get to play with at first. Okay.
Well, witches could be creating or summoning whatever, so
Yeah, that totally adds to
opens
layers
up a
because
lot.
it's not like you ever get to confront the witches directly. That's what they use cat's paws for.
Right.
Okay, and
Hey,
see.
how come the witches got to be bad? How come they can't be like defending the town against other supernatural creatures?
They
Yeah.
might be from a certain
Well,
point of
could-
view.
You might
There
have
could be some
like,
others.
depending on their perspective, they might be defending the land against these assholes who cut everything down and built a town.
Right.
You never know who these witches fell in love with once upon a time.
Yeah, or if one of the nefarious individuals who are corrupt in the town, not everybody, did something to wrong them, they might be seeking justice or vengeance.
I think it would
I'm
even
good with vengeance.
it would be even sweeter if they were trying to go get vengeance against someone that was not nefarious. Like they're both sitting in a position where they are in the right from the perspective.
From a certain point of view.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, you're always the hero of your own story.
exactly.
Of course.
And then some poor schmuck gets in the way.
I like your picture, by the way, Eric.
It's very
Yeah.
clean and
It's fantastic.
I like it.
Yeah. Yeah. That was good.
Now I'm like, what have you done? Oh, that is a good picture. And
And-
quick question for the GM, so I have material ready. Is anyone doing wanted posters, by the way? As I think all eyes are going to somewhere between our gunslinger and the not mayor.
I don't know that I would be doing wanted posters, but I think that I would host them.
I was gonna say, because wouldn't wanted posters are typically either at the sheriff's office and they're usually sent to the sheriff.
No, what I mean by wanted posters is, do I need to make bounties?
Oh,
Oh, on any particular person?
Yeah, it's basically
Oh,
NPC
like-
bounties that may randomly come in if like something happens.
Oh,
Do I
that's-
need to bother with that or not so much?
I would host those in my tavern.
But
No.
Would any of you be
No, he's
interested in
saying do one of us
collecting
have a bounty?
bounties?
Oh, I'm definitely not somebody that's good on bounties.
if
The opposite.
I have not, I have been known to take a bounty or two, particularly if the quarries of the undead variety.
Okay, so basically, if there's any undead wanted posters, you totally will take up the charge on that.
Hell yeah.
Okay, I just
But
wanted to
he-
make sure. So I would have a couple
Anybody
ready if
with
need
an
be.
obscure bounty, though, on them. I
Because
will not do that, because that would be totally too ripping off from
If-
whatchamacallit TV show with David Carradine having a wanted poster on the Chinese
Because
shower.
I was totally going to offer you guys, if you want, you can use Obligation from Edge of Empire for some extra experience or cash.
Hmm.
If you wanted to take Obligation. Because Wanted is one of those things. Or if you just don't want to worry about that. See how I tempt you?
I don't need more money.
I
so I'm
mean,
okay
I
there.
think most of us are kind of established in the community, so being wanted would probably not be a good idea.
Well, remember, Obligation is like 12 different things. So it could,
Debt.
Let me pull up that book. I think I got that.
You might have some debt that you might have from another county or something.
Yeah.
Or
So let me read off the
To somebody
general
in the town.
obligations. Let me pull that up real quick. Laptop's going really slow right now. It may shut down, but I'm on the desktop, so it shouldn't be a problem. So just to give you some examples from Edge of Empire, because I totally like Edge of Empire's obligation system. That's races. That's careers. Make sure I'm not going too fast that I fly by it once I get to it. Because everybody hates when you do that in a PDF.
Yep.
Okay, so obligation. And it totally just flew right past it. So this is if you're interested for, getting 10 or 5 experience or some cash. Granted, it won't be the Star Wars price because money's different in the West. Because getting 2,500 cash, that's a lot of cash.
Hell yeah.
So for obligations, you have the first one is addiction. You start out already addicted to something. It could be whiskey, could be opium, could be, hash, could be, some of the loco weed. Then you've
Peyote.
got betrayal, which is basically somebody has been, you've betrayed somebody. Could be as simple as you betrayed their confidence or broke a promise, or as serious as treason or mutiny. Betrayal eats away at the character and affects their everyday life. Then we have blackmail, which basically means somebody's blackmailing you. Then we've got bounty, if anyone wants a bounty. Then we have criminal, if anyone wants criminal, that you have a record and you're basically known for you did something. In the West, don't forget there
Or
is
falsely accused.
Yeah, there is that aspect that as long as you hit the county line, you're safe. Because if the Dukes of Hazzard taught us nothing, it's just hit the county line and you're safe. Sadly, in the old days, that was exactly true.
Oh yeah.
And then we have debt that the character owes someone a great deal of debt. Could be money or something else. Then we've got Duty bound, the character has a sense of duty that he feels compelled to fulfill, such as military service, making good on a contract, or following some sort of thieves' code.
Oh shit.
Oh, I probably need that.
I think I'll take one of those. I think
Yeah.
I'd like to take blackmail.
Oh.
No,
Someone is secretly blackmailing you?
maybe even not so secretly, but like I think the sheriff. I think the sheriff
Ooh.
comes over and takes advantage of the hospitality, and leverages that if we don't accommodate him, then suddenly somebody won't be protected against violence.
Just put it on my tab, wink, wink.
Exactly.
So he's early gang extorting for protection.
Exactly.
Okay, then we have family. The character has deep ties with their family, require them to spend a great amount of time or attention. Do you want to have a youngling? You want to have that little Grogu running around with you?
No, but what I think where you owe somebody like for
The duty bound?
the dude, yeah, it's like, so like for example, since when I was orphaned, and then I was taken in by, at that time, the gunsmith who I became apprentice to them. They took me on. I would owe them a debt for that. And I mean, beyond just, hey, yeah, now I'm my own person and I own, they retired, that type of thing. But if they call on me, I will be there. It's sort of a, they are family now.
Okay. And then there is favor. They owe someone a big favor, perhaps officials looking out for them when they're smuggling goods, or a friend to get him out of prison. Regardless, the favors stack up and he's going to come a-calling one day. Then we've got the oath, that you've sworn some kind of oath dedicating your thoughts and actions.
Ooh, that one's better.
And then we have obsession. The character has an unhealthy obsession and tends to indulge in this thing in their life, whether it be celebrity, religion, political movement, culture icon, or some other facet of society or life. He must pursue his possibility to the detriment of his health, finances, and well-being.
Actually, I think I'll switch to obsession and like my obsession of killing the undead.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have responsibility. The character with the responsibility obligation feels a strong sense of accountability or relationship to a person, place, or thing. In responsibility to kin falls under the family obligation. So this could be the responsibility to a tavern or something else. Hint, hint, wink, wink. And you can choose to take 5 or 10, which puts you at obligation 15 or 20. Then I will peek on your character sheets and add them up so we can have an obligation chart. So we have a little random coolness, which is one thing I love about the obligations. Yeah. When there's shit that I don't plan happening in the game, that's always fun.
They don't have obligation on this, do they? I guess you just put it in other.
Probably not. You'll need to put it on the character sheet itself on the bio.
Well, there's other. Yeah, you can do it in the other field for description and all that stuff, I guess. Because you got your motivations and stuff.
Yep.
So I'm trying to think. Duty. You said so. Duty or obligation? Right?
No duty, just obligation.
I mean, no. One of the.
For the obligations, there was duty bound, that you have a sense of duty that you feel compelled to fulfill, such as military service, making good on a contract, or following some type of thieves' code or warrior monk code.
Well, what was the oath one?
The oath is the character has sworn some sort of oath that dedicates his thoughts and actions, shaping his moral view of the world. It could be an oath to a deity, a way of living such as the Jedi Code, or a willingness to sacrifice for the betterment of some group or cause.
And And what's the exchange rate on these guys again? It was
So you'll take either 15 points or 20 points, because I figure with a group of 5, you start with 10. So
Right.
if you take the 5, you can either get 5 experience or another 500 cash. And if you take 10 experience or $1,000 in cash.
Yeah, because a couple of those could fit. I'm just trying to think. Like I'm coming here to explore the goings on. I would suppose that could fall under duty bound to report back on stuff and follow through.
Mm-hmm. Or it could be responsibility, or it could be even obsession.
I don't know that he's obsessed per
Or it could be
se,
oath.
but that's what I'm thinking. Yeah,
It's like oath is the way of living, such as the Jedi Code.
Oh, yeah, I don't know that he wants to go that far because he is in the West, so he's kind of like, yeah, he's willing to.
He's willing to start skimping on some of those dictates.
Well, he's disciplined, but got to kind of fit in. So,
could we split this in half? Like take 2 of them?
You could, in fact, split it in half if you want to risk going, like 7 and 8 or 10 and 10.
Yeah.
I'm totally cool with you making even more character for your character.
Is there a place for us to put this on the character sheet?
No, there's just the generic part on the character sheet.
yeah,
I'm putting
using,
it under other.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just going to write it out in other and how many, what my current level is, yeah.
And is there any special talents any of y'all are going for that you don't want nobody else to snake? Totally going to throw that one out there.
What do you mean by that?
Like, say somebody's totally going for blood magic or fan the hammer, which, by the way, if you have a pistol, it's great because it gives your pistol linked, which is freaking awesome.
I was gonna do what was it, blood something?
How many
blood
points?
sacrifice.
No, I just mean like later on in life. Is there any talents you've got an eye for that you don't want anyone in the group else in the group snaking from you?
No,
Don't steal my shtick.
Yeah, your shtick for your character. I'm not worried about other people taking this, but I do want to work up my way up the talent trees to do the ones where I can hurt people by talking or buff my friends by talking.
Scathing tirade, yeah.
Yes.
Scathing tirade is the best.
Yes, it is.
It's literally how you talk people down with words that are like steel.
Like silver.
So if I were to take obsession 10, that just gives me 10 more points that I can spend.
So yeah, your obsession. So
20.
it starts at 10. You can add +5 or +10 for bonus.
Oh, okay.
So it would be 15 or 20.
And so if I took 20, how many points would that?
Are you wanting experience or cash?
Experience to spend.
So that would be 10 more experience.
Yep. Now I got to go looking at the chart again. Damn it.
See, this is a good way of adding talents to yourself right now.
No,
So
I'll take it
that's the way I
because
look
there
at
was a talent I couldn't afford before. So.
And did you see the martial artist tree that I sent you from Star Wars?
Yeah, I'll have to. Yeah, let me look at that too.
Like martial grace, once per round, suffer 2 strain and add damage equal to your coordination to your brawn checks.
No, but I'm not using brawn.
Oh, okay, then parry.
Yeah, I'm
Go
using
wrong with parry.
Well, actually, I already have parry. What I'm looking at is unarmed parry, which allows me to parry without a weapon.
That's empty.
And there's also rank
Hands to parry.
rank 1 precision strike that lets anytime you crit, you can suffer 1 strain and change the result to any easy critical. Then rank 2, it becomes 2 purple.
Yeah, Genesys talent expansion version. No, is that the one that had everything?
Yeah,
The
yeah, that's
expansion? Yeah.
that should be the 5.01, which has got everything. except what's in the player's handbook, which technically isn't a player's handbook. It's more GM tools, but hey.
All right.
But hey, for anyone who's taking druid or shaman-like powers, Scott, check out the player's handbook because at the end they've got a lot of druid and shaman magic that they've added.
Player's handbook?
Yep, the Genesys player's handbook. Because yeah, if you can get up to supreme precision strike, once per session when inflicting critical injury with an unarmed attack, may suffer 3 strain to change the result to any hard critical injury. It's ridiculous.
Redonkulous.
And then there's for top tier 5, coordinated dodge when targeted by any combat check may spend 1 destiny point to add failure equal to ranks and coordination to the check. It's doing some fancy stuff. Okay, so has everyone decided if they're taking any obligation?
Yes, I have mine listed.
They're
Yes.
clearly writing how
Mine's
much they're putting on their sheet so I can find it later.
Yep.
Yeah.
I sent it to you in Facebook. Do you want to look at it?
Sure. And if you could totally put it on your character sheet as well. Pull up the
But
book of
does-
faces.
Can you see it if we have it in our other section?
Yeah.
Okay.
I get to see all of that stuff. You can't hide nothing from me. Ooh, that's a good one. So that would totally be either oath or duty bound
Okay.
if you're needing input. Oh, and I got Scott's answers.
All right, I probably have to call it a night, guys, because my headset's dying.
Okay, it's definitely time to wrap it up. So now that you all have done all that, by the way, after you spend your obligation, you get 20 more experience points.
What?
Hmm.
See
Yeah,
how I
now
wait
you're
till you've
making-
already started shopping before I drop that on you? Because, you're not schlubs. And one quick question. Out of town, are you coming in on the...
Oh, wait a second. Before you do that, for in-town people, is there a agent? What were they called?
The Beacon Affairs agents?
Peterson? No. Peterson.
Oh, the Pinkertons. Nope, but they could come through. Basically, let's not forget the Pinkertons were those douchebags, from your point of view, who would be hired to track people,
Detective.
air quotes.
That would not out of people quite.
Be more, the Combs meets the... Yeah.
Yeah, I was an agent until I thought of
20 points, Ben? Good.
Yep.
So, where is that player's? I thought I.
Just so that we could have it open.
It's in the edge of... But if you're still trying to pick something...
Yeah, I want to see if I can mess around. Not, it'd probably be the same, but
Okay,
Or
I'll
visually.
shoot you a copy of... Kind of one for suggestions, or just the general one?
Scathing tirade worked really well because abilities is low. I hit somebody as an instant when your character makes you may combat check voluntary increase the difficulty of one to use the suffers 1 or more wounds. The combat check the target 2 strain each time they perform a maneuver until the end of the encounter.
Ooh, that's nice.
So
Yeah.
if you group, I just sent a link to the obligations. Basically, it's a PDF that's got
Yay.
the obligations
Nice.
on it.
hell yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. That I'm like that. Oh, that's very Shaolin. Like,
All right.
you know,
Guys,
All right, so something I want you guys to think about is our 2 rails. They have things connected to town. Are you coming to...
I mean, I could be potential. Just, I'm not like sweeping the bar, menial,
Doing
to have they pay for my ray from be like bar backing.
What are your skills again?
I'm like
Anything.
Chris.
Yeah, it sounds like you're real agile and absolutely or
Get rough. I physically something people.
people not of the biggest selling.
So, yeah, business owners in the Skype, check out the Colony Camp. That's the Star Wars rules. Some suggestions, right?
Yeah, be easier if I have acquaintance with one. I'm new to the.
Yeah, it's the best way of existing ties. So
That works in a time.
I'm sorry, I can't stuff.
Skype. Let me pull it quick. At the 25th, the one that says, oh no, it's not that one. Like the fourth one, that slew of all the Genesys. 2 strain.
Once per session, you cast a spell without suppression. Right. Now the only magic I'm looking at difficulty like
Okay.
in a pinch or against. Yeah, I'm not going to use.
too, I think this has a lot of promise.
Thinking you guys would go more of stuff town and come back to town, but not only entrenched on.
Uptown and out.
Out to the homestead.
Yeah. Good for.
Okay, one more thing on the gear money page. Chaps is actually Chaps that trans
ugly leather armor. I've got the book open. Or I did have
to
everything. Yeah.
My arm's the. I'm like, well, why in wars, man? Because a defense thing. It's something critical.
Keeps all the squishy insides safe.
Yeah. So, like for me, I have a defensive 1 for range and a defensive 2 for melee, which makes sense for like a monk.
So your leather armor is plain soak with a encumbrance of 2. It's better than nothing.
Right?
Yep.
Well, I mean, in this armor, like max of what, 2, or is there a 3 out there?
Yeah, I think
I don't know if I've seen.
I think it maxes out with a soak of 2, but defense is where it upgrades.
But that's combining stuff, right? I mean, the max you can get there is 2
like magic
on an
blade
item,
armor.
Right? Oh wow, damn, that's pretty. There's nothing like that in Star Wars, I think.
It's the power armor. It's more defense, and it adds like +4 soak for the actual power armor suit.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah. Same thing in Jet. Their powered exosuits add soak and give you like +1 brawn. Unless you're a Hutt in the Hutt armor, which is the most ridiculous thing ever.
It's the best thing.
Ridiculous thing. You now have a you basically are a hover tank, and you have ridiculous amount of.
Yeah, you never got that for your 1 Hutt, did you?
It's a dream of.
Life goals. The life goals.
Okay, and then how much was it to get something silver? 2 times the base, or what?
200 for a night, like a weird for or something.
Yeah.
But 200 for a physical weapon.
Okay.
And it's always saying.
We have a gunsmith could presumably make them cheaper.
Right.
I mean, remember the West, you've got your $10 gold coins and your silver $1 coins. I mean, you could always go up to your gunsmith some rounds out of this. Just saying. Then she rolls horribly and says, "Sorry, I lost your silver. Give me more coins." I'll just take some shears and a shotgun. Thank you very much. Of course, then goes the Young Guns quote of best $1.50 I've ever spent. Alrighty, guys.
And with the same thing.
Yeah, same thing. Alrighty, guys. I'm heading out too.
Later. I'm heading off.
Yep.
Hit me up on Facebook if you have any questions.
Yep.
All right. Later, all.